Walk into a dealership, buy a car, sign the paperwork, and drive away. From the customer's perspective, the transaction is finished. From the dealership's perspective, it may have only just begun. Because a successful dealership does not want to make money from you once. It wants to finance the car, service it, sell you protection, take it back as a trade-in, resell it to someone else, and then repeat the process. That is why the most valuable customer is not always the person who pays the highest price today. It is the person who returns. And the most valuable vehicle may not be the expensive new model under the showroom lights. It may be the 3-year-old car the dealership already sold once and is waiting to buy back. A dealership looks like a store filled with cars. In reality, it is a customer acquisition system connected to financing, service, used car distribution, data, and real estate. The new car attracts the customer, but the real goal is to control as many transactions as possible before, during, and after that car changes hands. Once you follow one vehicle through the full cycle, the business begins to make sense. Long before a buyer enters the showroom, the dealership has already spent money trying to reach them. There are online listings, search advertisements, manufacturer campaigns, sales software, call centers, photography, and employees responding to leads. A buyer may compare dozens of vehicles and contact several dealers before choosing one store. Many of those leads never become sales. Some customers disappear after receiving a price. Others use one dealer's offer to negotiate with another. So when a buyer finally enters the building, the dealership is trying to recover more than the cost of the vehicle. It is also trying to recover the cost of winning that customer's attention. This is why the profit shown on the sales contract can be misleading. Part of it has already been consumed by advertising, employees, software, financing, and all the shoppers who never purchased anything. The sale must therefore do more than create a small margin today. It must create a relationship valuable enough to justify the cost of acquiring the customer. New vehicles are ideal for this. They appear in national advertising. They introduce new designs and features, and they give customers a reason to visit the dealership. Even though competing stores may sell nearly identical cars, that creates a problem. The dealership does not control the product. A new Toyota, Ford, or Chevrolet is fundamentally the same vehicle, whether it is sold by one franchise location or another. Customers can compare prices almost instantly. This makes the new car sale highly competitive. The dealership also pays to hold the inventory. Most new vehicles are purchased through floor plan credit. A lender provides the money required to place the car on the lot, and the dealership pays interest until it sells. Too little inventory means fewer choices for customers. Too much inventory means paying interest on vehicles that are not moving. The goal is not to own as many cars as possible. It is to sell them quickly. A fast sale frees capital. A slow vehicle consumes it. This is why a dealership may accept a surprisingly small margin on a new car. The sale removes financed inventory. It creates a financing opportunity. It may help the dealer earn manufacturer incentives. It creates a service customer. And it places a vehicle into the local market that may return to the dealership several years later. That returning vehicle is where the economics become more interesting. When a customer trades in an old car, the dealership is not simply reducing the price of the replacement. It is buying another product. One customer can therefore create two potential margins. The dealership sells the next vehicle. Then it acquires the trade-in at a price that may allow it to profit again. This is why trade-in negotiations become confusing when combined with a new car price. A customer may focus on receiving the highest possible allowance. The dealership is asking different questions. How easily can this vehicle be resold? How much repair work will it need? Is there local demand for it? Can it qualify for a certified pre-owned program? Will it be sold on this lot? Moved to another location or sent to auction? A warning light may appear after the appraisal. The car may need tires, brakes, body work, or mechanical repairs, and every day spent preparing it for sale creates additional cost. But trade-ins have an important advantage over vehicles purchased at wholesale auctions. The dealership can inspect them locally. It may already have part of the service history, and the customer buying the replacement car is standing inside the building at the same time. This gives franchise dealers a steady supply of used vehicles without relying entirely on auctions. For many dealerships, used cars are not a side business. They are one of the most important profit engines in the building. Imagine a dealership sells a new vehicle to its first owner. The owner finances it through the dealership and returns for maintenance. 3 years later, they trade it back in. The dealership prepares the car and sells it to a second customer. That buyer may also finance the purchase. They may buy a service contract. They may return for repairs. And several years later, the same car could be traded again. The dealership has now earned money from one physical vehicle at several stages of its life. The original sale, the first loan, service visits, the trade-in acquisition, the used car sale, a second loan, additional protection products, and another stream of service and parts revenue. This is why the ownership cycle matters more than a single transaction. A new vehicle gives the dealership one opportunity. A returning vehicle can give it several. Certified pre-owned programs strengthen this model. A normal used car carries uncertainty. The customer may worry about hidden damage, poor maintenance, or expensive repairs. A certified vehicle is inspected according to a manufacturer-backed process and often includes additional warranty coverage. The customer pays for reduced uncertainty. The dealership can earn from the inspection, reconditioning, financing, warranty products, and potentially stronger resale price. Certification costs money. The vehicle must meet age, mileage, and condition standards. But when the numbers work, the dealership turns an ordinary used car into a more trusted and valuable product. The new car department places vehicles into the market. The used car department brings them back and monetizes them again. The customer sees the negotiated price, but the dealership's final economics may depend on payments that never appear clearly in that number. Manufacturers can support dealers through advertising assistance, regional promotions, discounts on specific models, and bonuses tied to sales volume or customer satisfaction. These programs can change from month to month. That means 2 identical vehicle sales may produce different results for the dealership. One sale may carry little immediate profit, but help the store reach a monthly target. Reaching that target could unlock a larger bonus across many vehicles. Another sale may clear aging inventory before a redesigned model arrives. A third may produce a valuable trade-in that becomes more profitable than the new car. This is why customers cannot determine the dealership's exact profit simply by comparing the selling price with an estimated invoice number. The visible margin is only one part of the calculation. The dealer may be balancing sales volume, inventory age, manufacturer bonuses, financing, and trade-in supply at the same time. A low-margin sale can still improve the performance of the entire store. But after the price is agreed, the dealership has another opportunity to increase the value of the transaction. The customer enters the finance office believing the main negotiation is over. But economically, the deal is still expanding. The dealership may submit the customer's application to several lenders. Different banks offer different rates depending on credit history, down payment, vehicle type, and loan term. The dealership can receive compensation for arranging the financing. It can also sell products connected to the risks of ownership. A service contract can cover certain repairs after the original warranty ends. Gap coverage can protect the borrower if the vehicle is totaled while the loan balance is higher than the insurance payout. There may also be maintenance plans, wheel and tire protection, key replacement, and theft products. These products can carry much higher margins than the car itself. They are also easier to sell when presented as a change in the monthly payment. A product costing several $1,000s sounds expensive as a lump sum. Spread across a long loan, it may appear to add only a modest amount each month. That does not mean every product is useless. Certain coverage may provide real protection for particular buyers. The point is that the finance office is not simply processing documents. It is increasing the total revenue created by the sale. Longer loan terms make this especially powerful. Extending a loan can lower the monthly payment while increasing the total amount paid over time. The customer focuses on affordability today. The dealership evaluates the complete contract. The car creates the need for financing. Financing creates another source of income. And after the customer leaves, the dealership still has its most durable opportunity: bringing them back. Dealership may spend heavily to acquire a customer once. The service department gives it a chance to earn from that customer repeatedly. Oil changes, tires, brakes, inspections, diagnostics, warranty repairs, recalls, bodywork, and scheduled maintenance all create reasons to return. The margins on service labor and parts can be significantly stronger than the margin on a new vehicle. Service is also more stable. A customer can delay buying another car. They cannot indefinitely delay every repair. Vehicles age, parts wear out, warning lights appear, accidents happen. This creates recurring demand even when new car sales slow. Franchise dealerships also have structural advantages. Their technicians are trained on the brand. They have access to manufacturer repair procedures, software updates, diagnostic systems, and original parts. Warranty and recall work can bring customers back, even when they did not plan to visit. The first service experience is critical. If it is convenient and trustworthy, the customer may return for years. If it is expensive, slow, or confusing, the dealership can lose that future revenue to an independent repair shop. That is why dealers invest in appointment systems, service reminders, loaner vehicles, waiting areas, and customer records. They are not only repairing cars, they are trying to keep the relationship inside their system. Every service visit connects the dealership to both the customer and the vehicle. That connection becomes especially valuable when the customer is ready to sell. The dealership knows the vehicle exists. It may know its condition and maintenance history, and it can contact the owner with an offer before the car reaches another dealer. Service does more than create repair revenue. It helps produce the next trade-in. The dealership knows when the customer purchased the vehicle. It may know the loan term. It sees the service history. It can estimate the mileage. It knows when the warranty is ending. And it can estimate when the owner may begin considering a replacement. This information allows the dealership to contact customers before they actively begin shopping. The message may say that the store needs vehicles like theirs. It may offer a trade-in estimate. It may show a newer model with a similar monthly payment. The goal is to bring back both the customer and the car before another dealership captures them. This is why customer databases and service retention matter. The database is not merely a list of names. It is a map of potential future inventory. Every vehicle sold in the local market is a used car the dealership may eventually buy back. Every service customer is a potential future buyer. And every trade-in can start another financing and service relationship. A dealership with strong retention builds its own private supply chain from previous customers. It does not need to find every used vehicle at auction. Some of its best inventory returns naturally through relationships it already created. The operating dealership is not always the owner's only asset. A dealership requires a large, visible commercial property with road access, parking, service space, and expensive buildings. Many owners hold that land through a separate real estate company. The dealership pays rent to the property company. This separates the operating business from the physical asset. Vehicle sales can rise and fall. A franchise agreement can lose value, but well-located commercial land may continue appreciating. Over time, dealership cash flow can help pay down the property debt. The owner is therefore building equity in the land while collecting income from the operating company. This creates a different financial picture from the dealership's reported profit alone. The store may operate on a modest net margin, but the owner may also receive rent, property appreciation, and distributions from the wider group. The vehicles depreciate. The property beneath them may not. One dealership must carry its own management, accounting, marketing, software, and administrative costs. A group with several locations can spread those costs across a much larger business. It can centralize advertising and technology, move used vehicles between stores, transfer a car from a market where demand is weak to one where it is stronger, keep profitable trade-ins inside the group instead of sending them to auction, and compare performance across multiple brands and regions. Scale also reduces dependence on one manufacturer. If one brand has a weak product cycle, another may perform better. If one local market slows, another may remain strong. This is why large dealer groups are not simply collections of showrooms. They begin to resemble logistics, finance, data, property, and service companies organized around vehicles. Their advantage is not only that they sell more cars, they control more stages of each car's economic life. The dealership model is durable, but every part of it is under pressure. Online retailers have trained buyers to expect transparent pricing and digital transactions. Some manufacturers want more control over the customer relationship. Electric vehicles may reduce certain types of traditional mechanical service, even though tires, diagnostics, body repair, software support, and other maintenance remain. Higher interest rates create pressure from both directions. They raise monthly payments for customers and increase the cost of financing dealership inventory. Longer loan terms can lower payments, but they may keep buyers in negative equity for longer. A customer who owes more than the vehicle is worth has a harder time trading it in. That can slow the replacement cycle the dealership depends on. The system remains powerful because its departments support each other. But weakness in one area can spread. Poor service reduces future repairs and trade-ins. Bad used car purchases trap capital. Weak financing reduces revenue per transaction. Excess inventory increases interest costs. A dealership does not survive because one part earns an extraordinary margin. It survives because many smaller sources of profit work together. Dealership does not simply purchase vehicles and resell them at a markup. It acquires customers. It finances inventory. It arranges loans. It sells protection. It services vehicles. It buys them back. It resells them. And it uses customer data to restart the cycle. The new car matters because it brings the customer into the system. But the dealership's real value comes from everything that can happen afterward. The buyer returns for maintenance. The vehicle returns as a trade-in. The trade-in becomes a used car sale. The used car buyer takes another loan. Both customers may later return for another vehicle. Meanwhile, the owner may collect rent from the property beneath the operation. This is why a dealership can accept a thin margin on the most expensive product it sells. The first sale does not need to generate all the profit. It only needs to begin a relationship valuable enough to create several future transactions. So when a dealership asks to buy your current vehicle, it is not merely looking for another used car. It is trying to recover the product it placed into the market, bring the customer back into the showroom, and restart the cycle before another dealer does. The customer thinks the relationship ends when the car leaves the lot. The dealership is built around making sure it does not.